All right, good everyone. How is everyone doing? How are you doing? How is the day going? Okay. So today, welcome to another episode of uh video on stock analysis with Wilson. It has always been a while. It has always been a while. It has always been a while. But don't worry, I'll soon be consistent with the content I give out here. Okay. So today, I just want to talk about the importance of support parents. That is all I want to talk about today. So today's video will not be that long. It does be the importance of support and resistance. Now, this you can see that I am on CWG. Okay, you can see that I'm on CWG, and I did this analysis. Can't remember when, but when I did this. I think it was last year or very early this year. So if you check my videos, my past videos, I did analysis on CWG using just support and resistance. Okay. And I actually showed the next support level, which is this circle here. If you guys remember this circle, if you have been following my video, remember I said this it broke out here. When the price broke out here, then it pulled back here and then went on this bullish run and then stopped at 25 naira and then started going down on a very strong downtrend. You can see all these weeks are actually signs of support levels. Supported at 21 naira, but it came down and then supported again at 20 20 naira 7 kobo. Then went up again. Then started playing between 22 naira and let me say 19 naira. But if you notice this our zone here, the price never like cross below this zone. Despite this very strong bearish market, the price never cross below this zone. It has sustained its corrective sideways correction above this support line. So what I'll just do now, I'll just change the color so you know the one I'm talking about. Mhm. So now this new color of support is a very strong support. I'll call it a very strong support level. As you can see, I drew a trend line that was back then. Okay, I drew a trend line. When I want to always draw my support and resistance trend line, I always use area so I can get the right spot. So this is one and two, and this is three. This is a very strong trend line. But once the thing touch two spot, just know that this is a strong trend. Okay, so it bounced here, came up here, then it came here, and then it had a little consolidation and pulled back, then went on this uptrend. Then when it came down here, you can see that this trend line here acted as a support. Okay, you can see it acted as a support and it went up again. That is why we have um the price going down to 19.55 naira, and then it went back up again, and you can see it bounced here again for the final uptrend. Okay, that's how to this. You are seeing the importance of trend line. Let me remove this moving average so that you can see everything clearly. So you can see that this trend line also worked. This actually acted as a good support level, in this corrective market before it finally broke the trend line, which was on this is July, sorry June. This was on June. Okay, finally broke the trend line June. Okay, is it June or July? I think it's July, right? No, it's June. Sorry, it's June. Okay, so it finally broke the trend line on June in this zone, yeah, and then it came down to this former um our former support level from this is January, around the January first week of January. That's when I did this analysis, and it went up very well. I remember at the beginning of this year, the stock market was doing well. So you can see that it when the market came down here, it bounced up again. It came down and also bounced up again for this a brief uptrend, which is from 19 naira. This is 18. This is 18 naira 98 kobo. So I'll just call it 19 naira. From this 19 naira level, it bounced, it went up again. So if anybody traded at this place, at this 18 naira spot, they would have made a little profit, maybe about 10%, if not more than 10%, and taking their profits. Then the market is coming down here again, and you see it stops here. So now we're going to validate this support level strength again at this place. Okay, that is a very important reason why we need to value support and resistance level. As you can see, when the market came up from here, you can see this place, this our orange line that I used here also acted as a very strong resistance level. And you can see the support here, resistance, then support for the what do you call this trend line, then resistance here until when it broke. So once it broke, it acted as another very strong support for this consolidating market. As you can see, it hasn't crossed and gone below that. And I believe people are buying at this price. Okay, so let me just use candlestick pattern so you can see what I'm saying. So you can see resistance, and you went up, pull back, resistance here. Then when it broke out, it became a very strong support, and then it went up again. Then this our 25 naira 23 kobo is now a strong support level, and also the 52-week high. So if market breaks this high, it will become a very strong support level, just like how we have it here at this place here. Okay. So now today we are going to see how strong this place is. Even if you can see this week, yes, the market came down to this. How much is this? This is 18 naira. So let's say it's around there. The market came to this area. You can see that this area also was also a support level. You can see it consolidated here before it went down. It also consolidated here. You can see it went up, consolidated here before it went up. So this place also acts as a strong support and resistance level also, which is this 18 naira level. But you can see the market came here and then it rejected to this our 19 naira, which also closed above this our former um support level here. So I just want to show you guys the very strong, the very uh the vitality, or how important is support and resistance line in trading the stock exchange market, Nigerian stock exchange market. No matter whatever even if you know how to do Elliott waves, you know how to count this, you know how to support and resistance, the basics should be your core. You should know how to draw a support and resistance line, understand the psychology of the market. That is what support and resistance line does. Helps you understand the psychology of the market. What are people thinking? Okay. Now, I'll give you another example. Aside from CWG, when I was doing a live online class with a student, and I drew a support and resistance line. Okay. Um, let me see. I don't know whether it's WEMA Bank. Okay, it's WEMA Bank, it's not Access. Okay. So now this is a teaching. When I was teaching the students, okay, we started around here. We used different colors. You can see that this consolidated around here. And then when it broke out, it pulled back a bit, and then it went on this strong uptrend here. Okay. Then when it came down again, this our blue line acted as another strong support level. As you can see, so this blue line now, you can see it broke out because it was also a strong resistance when it was here this week. Yeah, it bounced here and then came down. Then it went consolidated a bit. Then when it broke out, it pulled back, then it went up, and then went up like this. But you can see when it came here, it bounced back up, making this our 24 naira 97 kobo, this blue line, this deep blue line, a very strong support level. Okay. Then now you can see that the price has come to this our light blue, this our light blue line, and it's actually closed bearish. As you can see, it's closed bearish. So we're expecting that the market will actually go on a continuous bullish run if this doesn't break this out. But if it breaks this and come down, we should expect that this 24 naira 97 kobo should be a very strong support for this WEMA bank. And WEMA bank has been a bank that stands out even with the price and good fundamentals. Okay, this is just support and resistance. I'm not adding indicator tools. At least when you add indicator tools, you know, okay, this is possibility that this market will still go down more than what you expected. Okay, but just using support and resistance only can even make you win in this Nigerian stock exchange market. Yeah, so that is just it for now. Uh, thanks for watching. As I said, I still have the list of content. I'm supposed to continue the beginners content or course for those that want to start trading in the Nigerian exchange stock exchange market. I'm supposed to continue the beginners course and finish it. That is based on I'll be focusing mainly on technical analysis. Okay, so um yeah, so just stay tuned. If you're watching for the first time, subscribe, like the video, and we will discuss later. Yes.